Hi, I'm Chris Direwalt, and it is time for Power Play. Hello, Internet. You know that it's not just time for Power Play. You know that it's also time to take 5. What is it to take 5? To take 5 is to pick the 5 states you think are the most difficult for the Republicans to defend in the upcoming Senate elections, because it's only 5 seats that stands between Democrats and retaking the majority they lost in 2014. And boy, do they want to. And they're going to spend about $2 quadrillion to do so. So we ask you to email us, Fox News First at foxnews.com, and then we will share your scores, results, guesses, whatever you want, with the whole class. It's quite fun. It's enjoyable. And I am not even making my own contributions yet, though I have some ideas. But you know else who has some ideas? Is Sean Noble. He is a Republican strategist, a consultant with London, D.C. is the name of the firm. D.C. London. Well, it's something. It's in the ballpark. That was pretty close. And Sean, you're a Republican strategist.
Yes.
You're a pretty big deal. So here's the thing. What are your 5?
So the 5 would be New Hampshire.
Now, is this in order, or is this?
No, this is mixed up.
Okay.
Well, if we go in order, it'd be Illinois, Wisconsin, probably Florida, and then I have New Hampshire and Pennsylvania.
Okay, so that's pretty much the chalk. The conventional wisdom gathers around those 5 states. Right. You are a little different, though, in putting Florida high up. Why Florida so?
Well, Florida is high up because it's a difficult state. It's been tough for us as Republicans to win the last couple of times. It's been close. I think, President Obama had a outsized performance in 2008 and in 2012 than the typical Democrat. I think that will help a little bit. But, if Rubio were running for re-election, it'd be a slam dunk. He's not. He's running for president. If he is the nominee, then whoever the nominee in Florida is going to benefit from that. But if he's not, then it's going to be a tough race.
Okay, now
and it's up high because it is just such an expensive place to do business.
It's just it burns.
It burns.
It burns. Okay, now what about Wisconsin? You know a little something about that.
Wisconsin is a very. I mean, the numbers are very bad
for your team.
For Johnson. Just from everyone says, well, presidential election, presidential turnout is going to be very difficult. Yeah, the problem for the Democrats is that Feingold is a loser.
Now, Russ Feingold, you probably already know this, but Russ Feingold was a longtime senator from Wisconsin. He got thrown out in the 2010 Tea Party wave, and it put Ron Johnson in. Now, this is a state that Republicans will expect to lose on the presidential level by 5 points.
Yeah, it's what we've. It was 7 last time. It's probably going to be tighter this time.
Something like that.
It'll also depend a little bit on who the nominee is.
Sure. Okay, so Russ Feingold, who was liberal darling, a champion of campaign finance reform, has been out teaching at Stanford.
Right.
And now he is back and running for a seat back. Why wouldn't he do great?
Well, he lost last time. I think that the calculation is that the presidential election will have a different turnout.
Right.
Obviously. But Ron
More
Johnson,
from Milwaukee County.
Yes.
Right.
And Ron Johnson, and Madison. Ron Johnson's been a pretty solid senator. He is not, he was kind of a Tea Party guy. He beat the establishment folks in the wave election of 2010. But he's got a pretty good base, and he can raise money, and he's got his own money. I don't know whether he'll spend it. But I don't think that just because it's Wisconsin in a presidential election, that takes it off the table for us. It's going to be difficult.
It's not as bad as Illinois for you.
Not as bad as Illinois. Illinois will be very difficult.
Well, it would be so difficult you won't even notice. I think it's getting to be like that. Now, my position on Ron Johnson, I made this clear to you before. Unless he grows back the mustache, he is doomed. He needs the stash. He cannot go naked-lipped into this election. They elected a mustachioed senator. They need one back.
Actually, that's not a bad point.
I'm just putting it out there. And thank you very much for stopping by.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your insight. And you, Internet, thank you for stopping by. How about this? Email us, foxnewsfirst at foxnews.com. Foxnewsfirst at foxnews.com with your 5 states or your insights on the race, or really whatever you want. We like to read it anyway. And we hope you'll come back for more Power Play real soon.